I've got 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting for County of Starr, September 11th. Let the record show that we do have quorum, everyone being present. And I'd like to thank everyone and welcome you all to the meeting. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the reason we're having the meeting here is because our courtroom was being used by the county court, I believe. Public comments?
There's none there on there?
The approval of minutes,
Motion to approve, Your Honor. Second.
moved in second. We do have one correction on the minutes for, what was it, August 14th?
August 14th.
August 14th. I was not at that meeting, and it says that I called the meeting to order with Commissioner Gus. Yeah. So, I guess if your motion would be with that correction. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the vendors list.
Motion to approve, Your Honor. Second.
Moved in second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And the next item is claims. So,
Motion to approve. Second.
moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anyone that needs to come before the court before we start with our reports?
We have a scanned proclamation.
Oh, okay. What item is that?
Item number 8.
Okay, if it's okay with the court, we'll move to item 8, and this is an action item. It's to approve a proclamation for the 32nd anniversary Recovery Month. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. So really quickly, on National Recovery Month, it is a national observance held every September to educate Americans that substance use treatments and mental health services can enable those with a mental health and or substance use disorder to live a healthy and rewarding life. Recovery Month celebrates the gains made by those in recovery, just as we celebrate health improvements made by those who are managing other health conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, and heart disease. This observance reinforces the positive message that behavioral health is essential to overall health. Prevention works, treatment is effective, and people can and do recover. Recovery Month has adopted the theme, every person, every family, every community, as its permanent tagline. The 2023 Recovery Month observance will work to promote and support new evidence-based treatment and recovery practices, the emergence of a strong and proud recovery community, and the dedication of service providers and community members across the nation who make recovery in all its forms possible. And just to leave you with a little statistic, 4.1 million people in the United States over the age of 12 received some kind of substance abuse treatment within the past year. But it is estimated that 43.7 million people in the same age range need it, but don't necessarily receive it. So anything that you guys, that this court does to recognize National Recovery Month is very much appreciated. I know it is not a topic that a lot of people want to dwell on, but unfortunately it is a reality. So thank you so much for this time, Judge and Commissioners.
Thank you, and thank you for bringing it to our attention. Is there a motion to approve the?
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Sure.
Right there, right there, I'll stand right there. You stand in front.
Yeah, front and center. No, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Sir, we have, the National Foundation has item 10 and also have Mr. Ron Garza from UTRGV for item 9. Are we able to take those?
Sure, sure. You want to take item 9 first?
Sure.
Okay, item 9 is an action item, and this is to approve a resolution in support of the establishment of Rio Grande Valley We Compete Coalition. Join as a member of the coalition supporting University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and submission of the region plan and strategy development grant. Mr. Garza, how are you?
Good. Morning, Judge. Morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners. My name is Ron Garza. I work with UTRGV, and this resolution, sorry, it's a little lengthy, but it's in support of submitting a grant through Economic Development and Administration. And these grants are really different. This is honestly the largest grant that the EDA has put out before. So what it is by October 5th, we have to submit. You're not actually applying for the grant yet. You're submitting your plan. And if the plan is selected, then they invite you to apply for the grant around December time. So sometime in early 2024, we'll see if we're one of only about 5 regions in the nation to be selected for this. The awards are somewhere between $20 and $50 million. And the cool thing is we get to select what our region is and what we would actually do. So with a lot of stakeholders, including SDC and TSC and Brownsville, and this is truly a regional grant. We've all collectively decided that we want to ensure that we encompass the 4-county area of the Rio Grande Valley. So UTRGV has been selected to actually submit the grant, but we're submitting it on what we're calling a coalition, the RGV Recompete Coalition. So what this resolution before you does is essentially supports the grant, UTRGV submitting the grant, but also becoming a member of this coalition. So the grant's going to encompass 3 big things: workforce development, small business development, and also some technical assistance so that we can all recruit companies to come down to the valley. So it's really comprehensive. At a later date, whenever you wish, I'm more than happy. Ms. Rose Benavides has been in some of our briefings, and obviously Starr County Industrial Foundation and SDC is a big partner of ours. And if we're lucky to be awarded, we also have a funding model that's pretty braided to where a lot of the funding would go to all the institutions of higher education, but we'll also do some small business development. And that's something that, quite honestly, we could be doing more here in Rio Grande City and Starr County.
Definitely.
Yeah. So happy to entertain any questions. Again, it's a pretty comprehensive grant, but at your discretion later, I'd be more than
When
happy.
will you know if you get invited to apply?
So by October 5th, you submit your proposal, right? And there's going to be thousands across the nation submitted. Of those thousands, they're selecting 20 in December. And those 20, then you're invited to apply. And then the application, probably about March or April 2024, we'll actually see if we're one of those to be awarded. It's going to be somewhere around 5 to 6 across the whole nation. But I really think the way this grant is written, the Rio Grande Valley has an awesome opportunity to be
Well, we
considered.
certainly have to meet.
Absolutely.
All right, motion is second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
You mind if we grab a photo also with Rose?
Yeah.
He's never proved that he got the support for it.
Yeah.
It helps.
Rose, you want to?
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, you're gonna do that side of the table? Okay. Sure. All right. Do we fit in that? Yes?
Yes, you do. 1, 2, 3. Now let me take a look.
Got it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you. Which was the other one, Rose?
Item 10, item 10.
Item 10?
Yes.
Okay, if I may, let's move on to item 10. And this is to authorize the procurement of a master service agreement between the County of Starr and City of Roma for the rehab project of the suspension bridge. Rose.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Commissioners. We actually had this item on the agenda during the last meeting, but we had to make a little adjustment to it, so we decided to wait. This is actually only, you've done this already for the City of Roma to do the work procurement on the Mexican side. This is to do kind of a mirror agreement on the U.S. side, but it requires procurement. Now, the document for procurement will be provided for the county attorney to review to ensure that it meets everybody's needs and criteria. And it also has to be approved by TxDOT in terms of content before they actually post it. I think the City of Roma has a meeting this week in order to also receive authority for procurement. And the actual publication will happen as soon as TxDOT gives them the okay that the document meets all of the necessary criteria.
Okay, so it's the same thing as what we did
With the Mexican side, but this is on the U.S. side. So this agreement is essentially going to be built in a way where it will allow for the work necessary in order to utilize the earmark that TxDOT is holding for the work on the suspension bridge, and also to potentially allow a separate work order for the new port of entry that is being discussed between the county and Roma and the Mexican counterparts. But obviously, those services will only be utilized when they're authorized.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Anyone else that needs to come before the court at this time? If not, we'll go back to our regular agenda, and we'll start with our reports. Tax assessor. There's something else I don't see. County clerk.
Do you have the report there, Judge? If
Okay.
you don't have any questions, you can tell us the other part.
Okay. Yeah, we do have it with us. I guess if you all have any questions, we can call Mr. Gonzalez. He was gonna be out. So, el Sheriff Department.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning.
Good morning.
You all have the report in front of you. The total revenues for the month of August was $375,731. The total count for today is 291 inmates. The federal inmates, the monthly average was 91. Hidalgo County inmates was 110. Between August 22nd and August 23rd, the difference is $6,609. We are currently at 4.1 and change million. We have already passed the projected revenue for the year. We still have another report pending for the month of September.
Yeah, that looks really good, Chief. You know, we should end up with about $500,000.
Yes, pretty close to 4.5.
Yeah, it's over the budgeted amount, so it's excellent.
Very good, very good. Very good.
Any questions, Alan? Thank you, Chief.
All right, thank you.
Next item is international bridges.
Good morning. This is a report for August 2023. And we have a revenue of $216,042.50. And we show an increase of $28,850.50 for the month of August 2023 compared to the month of August 2022. And we also show an increase of $14,918.50 on collections for the month of August 2023 compared to the month of July 2023. And well, the grand total for this month is $216,042.50.
Yeah, the bridge also did very well
Oh, yes.
this year. They did really good. Any questions? I have a question for Ms. Alanis. You know, last year, Ms. Alanis, we owed City of Roma, and we still owe some money.
Yes.
And when we did, some of the excess money that we collected, we were able to pay them a portion. Do we still have time to do that? If we can?
I think, yeah, I think we have this number.
Okay. Can you give me a number as to how much over the projected revenues we are, and how much do we owe the City of Roma? So that we can come up with, and we'll bring it up to Commissioner's Court at our next meeting. Okay, so we can start paying off that debt. Okay, thank you. Treasurer Mr. Gonzalez called this morning. He's under the weather, but we do have his report present in our packet. You know, I guess bottom line is we have about 9.3 million ending balance in reserves or in the bank. I guess any questions, he should be back in the office. Short, I guess, hopefully soon. Auditor's report, is that on these?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. I present to you the unaudited auditor's report for the month of August 31st. On my cover letter, I included the percent elapsed for the fiscal year. We're at 92%. Okay, I'm going to move on to page 1, our cash summary. For the available cash balances as of August 31st, General Fund has $3,506,891. Road and Bridge has $158,194. Payroll clearing account has $724. Moving on to page 2 is the budget summary for General Fund. It lists all the revenues collected year to date. Page 3 provides the year to date total revenue of $18,821,884. Page 4 provides expenditures by department for the general fund. Moving on to page 5, I provide the total expenditures year to date for general fund, $19,537,234, with an excess of expenditures of $715,350. I move on to page 6, which is a budget summary for the road and bridge. Total revenues year to date collected, $6,437,740. Year to date expenditures, $6,440,290, with an excess of expenditures of $2,550. I move on to page 7. I provide the budget summary for the International Bridge. Year-to-date revenue, $2,386,125. Total expenditures, $2,170,433, with an excess of revenues of $212,682. Gas system, total revenues, $1,055,283. Total expenditures, $804,728. With an excess of revenues of $250,555.
Ms. Alanis,
Yes, sir.
on the International Bridge,
Mhm.
year to date, we have more revenue than was budgeted. Yet remaining budget, it shows parentheses, to me, parentheses is a negative. Why is that?
That one I think is because we went over the budget The over budgeted amount,
Yeah, but
it's over by 100,000.
is in parentheses a negative?
I guess it's kind of like the opposite, like in this point of view. Like, let's say remaining budget, we still, like, for the expenditures, we have still 109,000 to meet. Like,
You still have 109,000 to spend.
yes,
Yeah, we have 102,000 in excess.
yes,
Okay, okay.
So right now, we're like equal.
yes, more or less.
Expenditures meets revenue.
Yes, sir.
Well, ¿mande? No, sí hay, porque mira, we have more revenue than we're projected, and we have less expenditures than we projected.
Mhm.
So
I don't
we
think we're
have,
gonna spend those 109,000.
so we have about 200,000 as of August 31st.
Yes, sir.
Esto es mes todavía de septiembre. So we-
And I don't think we have any expenditures left, big expenditures. So we're gonna be good.
no, we
Alright.
should be good.
The only we're waiting is for the inspection of the bridge.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I'll move on to the transfer station. Year-to-date revenues, $1,993,802. Total year-to-date expenditures, $1,298,087. With an excess of expenditures of $204,285. Our debt service, we've collected at $36,777. Those are delinquent payments from the delinquent years, excuse me. And last on our list is the Special Revenue Fund of the American Rescue Plan. Our remaining budget for ARPA is $5,463,920. Page 8 is a debt summary. We have a total debt outstanding of $1,081,813. And that concludes my report. If there's any questions?
Any questions? Okay, moving on to item 11. We do have in the packet a report, I believe, from our tax collector. However, she will not be out all this week. So I just will have it next go around. Item 11 is a action item is to approve the consolidating precincts for November 7th constitutional amendments. Ms. Martinez,
Yes, hi, good morning.
good morning.
Yes, for the constitutional amendment on November 7th, to be more cost efficient, we want to consolidate some precincts. A notice is hereby given to registered voters at precinct 1, 2, 4, and 13 that these precincts be consolidated with precinct 1 and have a voting in the Starr County Courthouse Commissioners Courtroom 401 in North Britain on election day. Also, the notice is hereby given to the registered voters of precinct 6, 7, and 11 to have been consolidated with precinct 6. So those three precincts would
No. You're gonna consolidate it with precinct 11.
6, 7, and 11.
Can we consolidate it there?
So instead of 6, 11?
Yeah, I think it's better. Or you wanna, well, no me dejan así, para que no.
Como quiera.
Pues en el 6 I was planning to do it in el Roma Community Center.
Yeah,
Okay? Oh, all right.
It's.
Okay. And then,
The ones going to precinct 4, which are the ones that are gonna be,
okay, so, for precinct 1, en que es la courthouse, van a ser precinct 1, 2, 4, and 13. And then in precinct 6, va a ser 6, 7, and 11. En precinct 8, que es el cenizo, va a ser 8, 9, and 14. And then in precinct 10, que es la Rosita Public Library, va a estar 3, 5, 10, and 12.
that's for election day only.
Just for election day. It'll be more
And
cost.
we're gonna hold everything in the courthouse, we're gonna open any absentee, for the absentee.
Yes, early
We're
voting.
gonna open everything.
Yes, nomás this one location en el, yeah,
That's
all
it.
14
Only
precincts.
one in the courthouse for the
That's
whole
it.
county.
Yeah.
Whole count.
Yeah.
By election day, you're gonna split.
Consolidate into
We're
4.
gonna only have 4.
Yes. Son constitutional amendments. Sadly, we don't get that many voters when it's constitutional amendment. So it'll be more cost efficient if we consolidate the precincts for this day.
Entonces, si va a ser un día, sí déjalo acá en,
Lo que es election day.
en el precinct 11.
En precinct 6.
No, pero cámbiamelo para precinct 11. Es que that's ours. So no nos tenemos que pedir a Roma nada. We'll hold it here in the Convention Center in Roma.
Ah, okay. So
We're
then,
gonna be closed November the 7th, election day. So we'll hold it there.
so I will make the change.
Cámbiamelo para no para.
So we'll have it on
Precinct 11.
11.
Yes. Así na, it's halfway para Salineño y por Roma está cerquita.
Y va a ser en el Nutrition Center.
Nutrition Center.
Nutrition Center. I'll make that change.
All right. Motion to approve, Aaron.
Second.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to approve the poll workers.
We chose, pues the ones that usually, we choose, if you look at the list on, usually like the judges we've had in past elections, we're only gonna have one site for early voting, and then the 4 on election day. And, central count and, like 2 runners, but the runners, I might have to switch them up. Any questions on for the judges and for the workers?
Motion to approve.
Motion and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13 is also an action item, and this is to approve the notice of the election for November 7th.
I just move second.
Moved and
Yeah,
second.
I'm only gonna make the adjustment of changing it to 11.
Oh, okay. I signed it, but bring me the correction.
Yeah, I'll take you the corrected one.
All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That's all, yeah. Item 14 is an action item. This is to approve going out for bids for a used fire engine pumper for La Rosita Fire Department.
Well, our pumper is kind of run down, it's old, so we're gonna run out for bid. So we got to go to approve this item.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 15. Oh, these are budget amendments. 15 through.
39.
40.
40, I mean, no, budget correction 40.
Yeah, through 39 are budget amendments. They're all in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 40 is a budget correction.
I just move.
Second.
This is it in order?
And yes, sir, it's in order as well.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And it is 10:30 and pursuant to section 551.074, we will go into executive session to discuss order of salaries and ASO billing.